Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for another Kickstarter critique, where I take a look at a different Kickstarter project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, get my honest thoughts on how that project is being run! Okay. Well, then, let's do 2 quick reloads. Is Kickstarter down for anyone else right now? It is. Well, we're going to pivot real quick, because that's how we do here. And I'm ready to work. I just had a new baby 2 days ago. So instead, we're going to check out Last Light from Gray Fox Games. A true 4X space experience that can be played in an hour. Seriously. So I love the subtitle here. And I do want to give you full disclosure. A good friend of mine works for Lucky Duck Games. Granted, I have, or not Lucky Duck Games, for Last Light. But I'm still going to be honest with you. So, and I want to know the player length. I want to know, well, you told me the time, like, at an hour, but I'd still like to know how many players can play this. I'm assuming it's 1 to 4 or 2 to 4, but I'd like to know that. I see these big bouncy balls here. I see minis. I see Last Light. Sci-fi strategy exploration. Yeah, the main image is like, I love this. I honestly love this. They could be played in an hour, but I need to know a little bit more. At the very least, just a player count I think would be more useful than just nothing on the side there. All right, so, as always when I go into the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. 123, nice.
The universe is dying. You've scavenged your way across the cold blackness for generations, in search of a star to sustain you. Finally, you may have just discovered the last light in existence.
Okay. I thought those looked like the ones from the picture. I gotta say, I love that transition there. That was really nice from, like, theme just straight into boom. What it's actually going to look like set up on the board. And it's got a very unique look to it. I gotta give it that. Like, when's the last time you looked at a board game and says, is that a bouncy ball? Jax, I think, was the last one I can think of. But anywho, like this. Art and graphic not final. Cool. Ooh, with the rotating board. Looks Rondell-esque, but I imagine maybe this is just the so I want to give huge shout-outs to that, because that's cool. I had no idea that this was going to have a moving board, and it's within the first 20 seconds, like, oh yeah, the moving board. And you're like, oh, well, that just threw things on their head. You know, one of my favorite things about Twilight Imperium, because I am a huge 4X fan, is just the wormholes. Just the idea that, you know, the board is, you can get from point A to point B, and this is, I like that.
You are not the only one.
And I like this shot as well. You're showing me different minis. They look unique, different colors. Like this, even though this is 3D rendering, I understand these are not the final components. These are 3D renders, but it's still a great shot.
Play as an alien faction racing towards salvation at the end of the universe.
I'm assuming those are asymmetrical. I'd like that word mentioned there. Especially if there's 13 of them, 15?
This epic 60-minute 4X game.
60-minute 4X game, okay.
Explore a randomly created universe in search of strategic advantages to help you on your path to victory. But be prepared for the situation to constantly be changing as the board rotates you into more dangerous territory. Use technology, industry, commerce, and war.
I like that shot. We can actually see what was on the cards. We could read it if we want. Build ships in colony, ship sector, build one construct on a planet. You have annex. So it looks like this is a choice, potentially. All right. Liking it. Liking the artwork, too. Not much of an artwork person, but it looks nice.
Industry, commerce, and war to give your faction the edge it needs to control the rarest resource in the universe.
Wait. How did that work? That was nifty.
Resource in the universe. The
Ah.
Last Light. With no 2 copies of Last Light being identical, your kit will be as unique.
Wait. How are no 2 or is it just because the bouncy balls all look different? Is that what it is? You know, because I get it. That sounds unique, but how I want to know a little bit more about that. Hopefully we don't beat around the bush. You tell me how each one's going to be unique, because I know that was a big thing for a while. Go back to Keyforge. So some people thought Keyforge was going to kick Magic's butt. You know, the whole idea of just the uniqueness in the game. Then they did that Discover game, which apparently wasn't the best. I've never played it, but apparently it was not. Help unlock stretch goals and exclusive, so I like this, because once again, that gets me excited.
Kit will be as unique as the experience of playing.
Okay. Pledge today. Okay. I want to know more. I thought it was short, sweet, to the point. So here we go. 2 to 4 players. which is what I assumed. Maybe they left it, with a expansion for up to 8 players. Now, I imagine when you go up to 8 players, it's probably still not going to be an hour. But maybe you mentioned that at the marquee. You know, because honestly, when I think of epic 4X space games, I kind of want it to be 8 players. Twilight Imperium has broken me on that. I want 8 players. If I'm going to sit there, I'm going to play... But granted, this is only an hour, too. That's so interesting. All right, Last Light, designed by Roy Kade. Roy's a super nice guy, by the way. I almost got him hit with a scooter once. Not like a child scooter, like one of those big, fast ones that go downtown. Ages 14 plus, 2 to 4 players. Ages 60 minutes to play. So the Deluxe Edition shown, a 4X game that plays an hour. Exterminate, expand, exploit, explore. I get that. Showing me components. Last Light is pure fun and fast-paced Forest Joy. The most fun I've ever had in a space conquering game, maybe ever. Nah. I guess they're using that because it's from the guy who did Stuffed Fables, but what did he like about the game? The board rotates during the game. Seen that 3 times. Okay, what's in the box? $109. All right, don't beat around the bush. We get straight to the price. I like that. And now you're also showcasing me, not only I do like this, I honestly like this a lot. This red X here, I'm a big fan of, because it's not just showing me the components. You know, because normally, industry standard is you have the standard edition, which nobody wants, and then you get past that, and when I say nobody, I mean 90% of people on Kickstarter and Gamefound. So, and then you get to the advanced one. You know, why waste the space? I like how they did this here. Just, here's what you get in the standard version, which you're probably not going to buy, and here's what you get with the fancy one. So how many of these do I get? 40 ship minis, okay. Oh, those are hot. 32 cardboard extractor tokens, 32 extractor minis. Those look very nice. 6 asteroid tokens, and then we got the 6 asteroid miniatures. 60 cardboard resource. Oh, 62 color resource canisters. Those are very nifty. Plastic damage tokens, upgraded from the cardboard. We have the light acrylic gems, upgraded to plastic light tokens. I like those. All right, and then we have the exclusive. Okay, so immediately, because this is Gray Fox Games, this is a company that's at some retailers, and they have, well, not some retailers, but they have some stores in games, and they do conventions and whatnot. So, as always, that means, you have to convince people why they should get the Kickstarter exclusive edition. And boom, 2 additional races, which are asymmetrical. We're done here. Like, I'm convinced. As a gamer, and you're giving me gameplay, and something like this is a lot of gameplay here. 2 additional races in a 4X game. That's a pretty big deal. Like, if Fantasy Flight, out of nowhere, just released 2 Twilight Imperium ones, or any 4X game for that matter did that's popular, people would go gaga. They'd have to pick that up day one, even if they're not going to play it for the next 6 months. You know, it's just the completionists in all of us in this hobby. Now, I will say I don't particularly like this shot, just because I wish we were zoomed in. I'd much rather have maybe 4 rows here so I could at least see some of the special abilities, because honestly, that's what matters to me. I don't give a damn about the artwork. Oh, Groot, big whoop. I want to see what this does. When you reveal a planet, you may rewind to immediately build... Okay, so they're different asymmetric special abilities. Also, what's on the back of these? I'd like to know what's on the back of those. Maybe it's just flavored text, but still, it's good to know. 4 colony ship tokens. I'd like to know the size of these. How big are these? 15 planetary ID... Now, these were nifty. They showed these off in the video, and I was curious about that. So those are actually going to slide onto the planets. And those are the planets, the stars. 12 Ds plus 86 relation, 4 player boards, 30 planetary expedition tokens, 24 action cards, 4 graveyard tokens, 80 technology cards. There we go. I'm imagining that's 20 per each, probably, of each different colors, but you're still getting 20 tech cards in an hour-long game. And I gotta say, I think that this game immediately has a little bit of bulletproof armor for 2 reasons. First, a 4X space game that plays in an hour. If it actually plays in an hour. We get down to these gameplay videos, and they're sitting around 67 minutes, 58 minutes. You know, hell, I'll even go 73. I don't even care. I think that's a big deal, and hopefully we do have some gameplay down here. 16 planetary chip, but having 20 tech cards, that's a good deal of variety there. 6 combat dice, 15 acrylic planets. Oh, and that's where it's going to be unique, everybody's copy. And then we have the Infinity Deluxe expansion, which I obviously want, because now it's going to make it go to 8 players with 4 additional colors, 4 additional blah, blah, blahs. I get it. 24 new action cards. Now, yes, there we go, because I believe the action cards was at 60. No, 24. You are doubling the action cards? And I want to give them huge shout-outs for one word right here. And if this word was, 24 new action cards. Because I think that's really important to mention, because this now goes up to 8 players, and so you might have some people thinking, oh, what are these new action cards? Are they just copies of the old action cards? Because now we're going to be able to play up to 8 players. So I do like that word right there. 4 new graveyard cards. Cool. How many did we have before? We only had 4. Wow, that's a banger. And they used the same artwork, but I don't have an issue with it because they mentioned it was new. You know, so cool. Because some people, what they would have done here is they would have just showed these backwards with a question mark, and that is so typical industry standard. And it's like, no, at least remind me of what these cards look like. And now I see 24 new action cards, with each of them presumably having a choice that I can make. Love it. Why does it say Dark Quarter, but it's showing me Last Light? Well, hey, Maynard Gamers, that's because Kickstarter decided that they wanted to be finicky, like my daughter upstairs, and so I just had to pivot, because that's what we do. So I'm going to have to fix everything, but we'll do that all in post. So we're checking out Last Light. 4 new Alien faction cards, which I was going to do tomorrow. Awesome. So we're now up to, what is this? That's like 19 Alien factions. Go Roy. 16 additional planetary achievement cards, 6 additional combat dice, 12 things, 12 new acrylic planets. The game is still in development, quad blah, blah, blah. Why back now? I feel like you did a really good job of already showcasing me this, so I feel like this feels a bit redundant. Discounted prices, save $50 over post-campaign prices for the base game, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I feel like that's a bit much. Let me know what you think about that. I feel like, honestly, they did such a fantastic job right here that I don't need that. I do need to know maybe the price of the standard edition if I'm going to be able to buy it. No problem, thanks. I wanted to watch both those. Yeah, tomorrow I'll go cover that one. Everyone chooses an act. Oh, so how to play. The first player to gain 20 lights wins. Okay, clean and clear. Everyone chooses an action card to play. And then we all just reveal them at the same time. Research to increase your ship's modifications or civilization abilities. Mine. Gain resources through your extractions. Construct. Trade. Trade your resources for more rare commodities or even light. So you're upgrading pretty much. It looks like Century Spice Road-esque in that aspect there. At least just how those components are so nice. Refresh. Harvest light for planets. Cool. Overview of play. There's Roy. And there was the other reason. So I said this game had bulletproof armor. I think there's 2 reasons. First and foremost, a 1-hour 4X space game is immediately going to be intriguing to anyone who enjoys 4X games, I do believe. Because that is the hardest part about 4X games. And I have quite a few over here. Like, I got Silver River sitting over here. I got another one that I need to review. Actually, I don't, because they sent me a Kickstarter version. But those are just so hard to get to the table. Those are ones where you got to have it set up in advance, have it planned out. And so the idea of an hour-long one just immediately tickles my whistle. I don't think that's the right expression. But then the other thing is Roy Candidate is super nice. Like, if you follow, like, Board Game Media, he's just super nice. And everybody wants to see Roy succeed. Because he is a very, I hate using this word, but he's a bubbly person. Whenever I see him, he's just so positive and upbeat and enthusiastic, and I love that. Click here to the rules. Rules are not finalists. That's all you need to mention. Yeah. Like it. What do we got? It's loading. Okay. Flashlight on Tabletop Simulator. Last Light. Deluxe edition with expansion for up to 8 players, so $169. So I'm getting the advanced version. And I will say, kudos, Lance. So far, I felt like this is not, every time I've checked out a Gamefound project, I felt like it's been clunky in one way or the other. And part of the reason is, it has all these super duper nice features that Kickstarter doesn't have, like the featured pledge level, and the rewards level, which is just like organized, and the unlockable stretch goals. But the problem is, everybody's so used to Kickstarter formatting that it's just, it just feels clunky. And let me know if you're a Gamefound user, do you agree with that basic premonition as well? I've still yet to find one where it's like, this was amazing. This was exactly what I wanted. Hey, congrats, get some sleep. I will after this. Oh man, the couch at the hospital was not comfy. So 220, we're getting the retail edition. Cool, 731. Got it. Standard light. The standard edition, 24. Like I said, nobody wants this. The Spanish edition, okay, awesome. 1. Makes you wonder if that really needs to be there. I mean, it's awesome. That's just so weird. Deluxe edition, so we got 237 people. Okay, so now we're, okay. Standard edition with the expansion for 8 players, we have 13 people, so 129. And then we have the Spanish edition 5 times. The Deluxe Last Light base game with expansion for up to 8 players. This is the retailer pledge level. And wow, 17 of that. Nice. How many do they get? I don't know. I'm sure they know, though. I could click on this. It'll tell me. 3. Okay. And I actually think like that feels like such a Lance move right there. That really does. 3 copies seems like a reasonable amount of copies for most friendly local game stores. Like, it just does. I see these that have like 6 and 12, and I'm like, that's a big box. Do you really think most friendly local game stores are going to want 6 or 12 of these boxes? Like, because if they don't sell, like, those just sit there, and they take up a lot of space. So we have the Esqui expansion Alien Faction. Wow. Now, is this is an unlock, or is this a stretch goal? Unlock. So we're going to get an additional Alien Faction. That's hot. Wow. Now, is this... And this one's not listed up here, correct? So this one... So hopefully, once this gets unlocked, they go back in there and they add this. Or maybe... Or these... Or is that part of these? I don't know. I think the Portuguese-Brazilian edition... P.S. Congrats to your family on the new baby. Thank you, Darth. And yeah, that's... Okay, so Portuguese... That's still odd to me that it would be there. Like, it just seems a little bit out of place. Which, I mean, I love seeing it, that we're bringing the game to more places than just, you know, the typical ones. But, just threw me off a little bit. The self-learning artificial intelligence exclusive tech card. So we're unlocking 2 things on day 3. Grawl exclusive alien faction. Wow, so we're unlocking a lot of things here. 3 new ship. And so now we have, these are unlocks, these are stretch goals, 3 new ship sculpts. Whoa, so that is a banger of a stretch goal right there. 250k, okay. Already unlocks the exclusive alien faction. Now, are these... Okay, this is really clean and clear. Exclusive for everybody. Very nicely done. Golden Planet looks cool. It's fancier bouncy ball. It's got silver in it. Varan exclusive aliens. Destroyer and cruiser upgrade. So this is an add-on. And it's... I know this is an add-on because it has the dollar sign. I think. Let's double check this. New scopes for the medium and large ships are added to the deluxe game. No. Was there like a symbology up here that I just missed because I don't read? Oh, here it is. That's forever. That's the... Where's the S? Where's just the S one? Yeah, I'm not quite understanding it. So this is for infinity. That's the infinity symbol, right? Let's go, Darth. Let's go, Sean. Mr. Dalt, no worries. Exclusive, Varan's exclusive alien faction. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what this symbology is all about. Oh, is that a financial stretch goal as opposed to a... I see it. That's clean. Once you understand it, that's very clean. This is just an unlocked every single day. Technology cards, day 5. How many days is this thing going? 23 days left. Wow. Okay. Because there's the one thing there. I was looking at the price, and I was like, I don't know. But when I see the number of things that you're unlocking every day, I like that. I like it. Because that's a big issue a lot of companies run into. They put up that price, that sticker shop scares people off, it gets a bunch of dollar pledge levels instead of the $189 pledge levels, and then you don't actually hit the stretch goals that you were planning on hitting, and then everybody's like, well, this doesn't look as good, and it's because, oh, we were hiding stuff. No, back us, because we're hiding stuff. We're going to show it to you later. White Dwarf. So these are add-ons, extra set of dice, alternate color scheme. I'm very curious. Does this tell me how many people have backed this? No, I was hoping it did. Oh, these are just larger balls. I didn't mean to do that, but I like it. Click here for more details. Oh, because it shows click here for more details. Got it. Okay, click here for more details, because that's actually my first question is, what the hell? Why are these balls? And it says here, I kind of like that. I like a lot of the things they're doing here. If you're starting Gamefound, I think you should copy some of these basic ideas. And quite honestly, I really like how they handle their standard edition. They understand that next to 10%, if that, are going to back that. And they didn't spend too much time on it. They focused more on the advanced one, but at the same time, I still knew it was in the standard. I like that. 12 Alien Factions is the base game. Find light in the haze of war. Only the Talarian can cover territory so quickly. So, I don't like this. I don't like this right here. I would much rather just expand this a little bit and you actually tell me. Like, what are all these different special abilities? Because honestly, I would enjoy going down this and kind of reading all these special abilities. And while I still don't have the best grasp of exactly how the game works, perhaps by reading these special abilities, I just say, oh. But still, it's cool. I like this. More to come. Click to hear more about the alien factions. Oh, click there. Okay. Send me over to a website. Websites. People still use those. I'm on right now. Alien Factions expansions. 4 alien expansions. Ooh. So these are no, these are new. Okay, so this is the additional ones. Cool. Click here to try our 8 different puzzles and learn more about the alien factions. Click here. So these are like puzzles. This is weird. This looks like something my son would get as his teacher assigns busy work. But hey, I'm always in. And I'm going to talk to Lance. We'll be like, how popular were these? I would love to know if this was a popular idea for people. Because I've seen some other companies do games and things like that, like mini games. But when they did mini games, it was typically to engage people. You know, get people engaging with the Kickstarter projects. Whereas this is just like you're taking me somewhere else. So what do? Need help with the puzzle? So I click the thumbnail below to start. More will be soon. Okay, so I click on this. So I fill it in. The Dishard value strength and unity over everything else. We combine to form great. We'll start. What is this? Level, standard, medium. Learn more about the Dishard. Back to other puzzles. For hints. So I just fill it in. What's going on? Oh, you have to fill it in and then you get a word. Yeah, this looks like my 9-year-old's busy work. I'm very curious to see if people get in on that. Quotes. What are other designers saying? I like that. I really do like that a little bit. Well, depending on the quotes. But it's interesting. It's very clearly delineated. Last Light is the most streamlined space opera I've played to date. It's all about exploring the universe, resource optimization. Emerson, big fan of Emerson. Spectrops, just, oh my gosh, severely underrated. Last Light is the most streamlined space opera I've played to date. Like that part of it. The second part, yeah, you're pretty much just telling me about 4X. The heat death of the universe is upon us. The last surviving civilizations desperately huddle around a dying star. I hate this quote. The last ember of slight in the blah, blah, blah. The game is depressing as hell. It's also epic, innovative, and fun. I mean, the planets actually rotate around the stars, creating a delightful spin on area control. Ooh, now that last word there, that's what I'm talking about. The puzzle thing seems like they got the idea from Flamecraft, but they forgot to include the incentive to get people to do the puzzles. Darth Ed just said exactly what I was thinking, but in a much more eloquent way. Thank you. Did we have millimeters? Did I miss millimeters? I didn't even see any dimensions for anything, but yes, as always, inches as in addition to millimeters, just because most people backing this are probably from the United States of America. Let's see. Roy has accomplished a stellar feat with Last Light, bringing all the drama of a heavy 4X game experience into a tight, quick, and beautiful design. My only complaint is that I didn't give it. Okay. So pretty much they're just reassuring me it's a 4X game, which is great. Last Light is a strategy game where everything is performed at the speed of light. Simultaneous strategic card play, space exploration, tech development, resource gathering, and combat are all decided and resolved quickly, resulting in a full exploration strategy game that can be played in 60 to 75. All right, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the gameplay video here. I'm done with the quotes. I just want to see the videos. Okay. And the shipping. But once again, I can't even knock how far the shipping is down because I really want to get to the shipping. If I'm that person who just needs to go to the shipping, I just click right there, and it's so simple. What are people saying about Last Light?
Games has announced Last Light.
Okay, so this is all the different people talking about it slipped together. Interesting. Dice Tower playthrough. 122. Doesn't seem bad. Okay. Game preview. Don't care. Playthrough. Awesome. So an hour and 20. So we are over the hour mark in both of them, but whatever. Let's be honest. Were we really expecting to finish this game in 52 minutes? Probably not. It's a 4X game. Last Light, here's the thank you from the designer. Awesome. Risk and chat. So there's a personal touch there. Love that. As a publisher who's brought more than 20 games to market this far, we felt... So they don't have any quotes from anybody. Well, at least they do, but not from anybody that's just a content creator. Wait, you have a mother kid? Did I miss a video? I have a mother kid. What? I had a kid. I did have a kid. Yes, 2 days ago. Shipping. See below for VAT information. Ooh, there you go. Love that. Immediate VAT stuff, refunds and cancellations. This is nice. Typically, I skip right past the risks and challenges because it's just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. But this actually seems short and concise. 90% of the pledge, 70% of the feds, 50% no refund. This is so clean and clear. And I got to give them kudos here. A lot of people would bury this at the bottom of the page. Oh, I guess it kind of is. But no, I feel like this is the stuff buried at the bottom of the page. Nobody's clicking on this. Nobody's clicking on it. Like, what? I'm not reading this crap. But this, here we go. Base game plus expansion, the additional game shipping, the additional base game plus the expansion. Clean and clear. Now, normally I would dog them because there is an additional pledge level, which is that the Brazilian one, I think it was. Somebody said the language, but I can't really because I knew there's nobody taking that. There's so few people taking that. And honestly, I imagine that the people that were specifically targeted for that, if they're bored, they probably were over the moon there. Like, oh my gosh, that pledge level is just for me. Base game 15, base game plus expansion, $20, additional game shipping, additional base game plus expansion. Okay. I do like that for international backers. Yeah, and that's where you get the big discounts going from 25 to 10, so it's $35 to get you 2 versions. That's really nice. Kudos to Great Fox Games right there. You know, if you're one of those rest of the world people, that's that's great. I like that. There are estimated rates for the rest of the world. We will charge exactly the cost to airship your copy directly from China. Some companies may not be able to deliver to. And you got to be careful with that one right there. Because there's some places that'll cost you quite literally hundreds and hundreds of dollars to ship. Just because. VAT, this will be charged, collected, submitted after the campaign. The pledge made, the percentage for VAT will be based on the address the game is being delivered to. One minor nitpick, I'd love to see it become industry standard, but some people actually list the VAT percentages on the companies or on some of the countries here that have the VAT. It's a nice little thing. Updates, communications. After running 20 campaigns, we've learned that setting expectations is key to a good experience for our backers. Oh, that's the other thing. Let's see how many games they got pending. Because this is a company that's making the switch from Kickstarter, and I totally spaced on that. Normally, we don't get to look at this sort of thing, which is kind of why I hate Gamefound. It just doesn't make it easy to look at past projects, and hopefully, as they progress, it will become easier. All right, so what do we got? Ragnarok. Oh, look at this. Look at that. And I want to give a huge shout out to the first person I saw do that, which was not them, even though I'm so glad they copied this idea. That is a company that I really should remember their name. Oh, no. Oh, I feel so bad. Okay. I love this, though. So it is digital proofs, physical proofs, printing complete. Printing complete. No, it's working. Working on it. So 2 things out. Arcana Rising. Is this out? I feel like you'd want to update these ones, especially if they are out. That's an easy win, right? Let's see. Updates. U.S. fulfillment update. Hello, backers. And this was today. We'd love to give you an update on our shipping estimate. Our freight partners' contest sold as planned. April 20th shipment will be delayed until May 11th, citing cargo issues. And this, yes, this is so good right here. Do you want people to not bust your chops about it? Just copy the email. Hey, please don't do the card issue this week. Like, yeah, we're done here. I'm not mad at Great Fox Games. I'm mad at Nicole. And I don't know who Nicole is, because I don't know anything about Nicole or Global Forwarding Agent, but I'm moving about my day and I'm saying, okay, next month I get the game. And that's this. This is fantastic transparency and customer service. I love that. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. Just screen cap that. Why not? You think Nicole cares? Fulfillment completed, and thank you. Excellent. And fulfillment completed, and thank you. And Lance, kudos. Keeping it clean, keeping it clear. I go here. I know the game's out. 13 comments means it's not a flaming dumpster fire. And so it looks like they have, this will be maybe the third thing that they have out pending, it looks like. All right, it's not... I check that because people are always interested, but can you do it? I feel comfortable. Do I want it? This one's kind of hard for me because I am a 4X fan. Like as soon as you said 60-minute 4X, I don't care what company puts it out. I'm immediately intrigued by that. Same with, so I'm trying to think of this as a non-4X fan. I think, yeah, because I think one of the biggest issues people have with 4X is when you think of 4X, you think 3 hours. You think 2 to 3 hours, if not way longer. So, okay. So I feel like, can you do it? Yes. Do I want it? Yes. How much is it? Price seems a bit high, but I believe that the box is going to be pretty rockin' by the time it gets to me because they have numerous daily unlocks on many days, and the daily unlocks that they're showing me are pretty awesome. Look at this. Oh, components straight to the setup. Oh, I love it. I don't know why so many companies have trouble with this. Components to setup. Just do it. Just do it. It's so easy. Look at this. Pictures, illustrations, examples. Looks good. 2-player. Wow. What? We're done? I was expecting there to be like 3 times the amount of pages because this is a 4X game. That gets me excited. They also have the After the Empire rip on Gamefound that hasn't delivered yet. Thank you, Darth. Was not aware of that. So 3 out pending. 4. So it's 3. Good to know. Some people like to know that sort of thing. I personally, I look at their track record and I say Gray Fox Games. I pretty much just look at it and say, is this a company that I'm worried is going to not ship me the game? Because delays, let's be quite frank. Delays were an issue before COVID. Long before COVID, delays in crowdfunding were a thing. So I don't worry about that. I just worry, are they going to run off with my money and I will get nothing like Space Goat Games and the Terminator game? Oh, I hate you, Space Goat Games. All right. Current pledge. What do we got? All right. So their comment section, most recent. On Kickstarter, you usually don't have expected shipping date. I don't see this one on the Game Fight. Did I miss that? Yeah, it was April, right? Yeah, it's on there. Okay. Hi, Roy. Really enjoyed the play at BGGCon. Excited to back this and see the success. Congratulations. Boots on the ground. Love seeing that. Any chance for the planets to get names and backstory to add thematic touches? Interesting idea. We have backstory for many of the alien factions and sometimes about their homeworlds. And that's why I would have loved to have... And this right here is what I'm talking about. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier. That's why I'd love to see the back of those player cards. Because if they have theme on there, if you just show me one with the thematic flavor, there's going to be people like Dan who they eat that up. Like, I love Twilight Imperium, but I'm not reading the descriptions. I'm not looking at the back of the card. But I've seen tons of people I play it with do that. And so I know that's a big thing. Far Off Games, creators of Xia, Legends of the Drift System, which is delightful. This looks fantastic, so excited to sell the unique ideas and can't wait to get it to the table. Okay. The comments is, they don't really tell us much on Kickstarter because, once again, on Kickstarter, it's a comp. Wow, joined 14,000 followers. I do think that's a really smart idea that Kickstarter should steal. They're talking about upcoming massive projects to get more pre-launchers. Damn it, Kickstarter, do your job better. So I don't like... Well, there's not that many questions. Will $1 pledge give me access to the pledge dinner? No. Cool. Will late pledge be available for the campaign is over? Yes. How much will the game weigh? Be 10 plus pounds. So I don't like this right here. I think this is very valuable information that once again would have helped me a little bit with that $189 price point. And I know that's not the final price point. It was only $109. But if you're a true 4X Space fan, I imagine you probably want to be able to potentially play it up to 8 players, even if you don't realistically expect that to ever happen. Because the bottom line is, and that is something that I do think some people are going to have issues with, is the fact that some of the alien races are locked behind the expansion, which goes up to 8 players. I'm not personally this person, but I actually saw a Kickstarter that did this 2 weeks ago, and someone was like, really? There was a couple people who were like, not a big fan of the fact that they had an expansion that had gameplay stuff that they wanted. And it's like, I personally don't mind this at all, because I can think of tons of expansions off like the Twilight Imperium one comes to my mind. Like, Twilight Imperium added extra players, but it also added additional content with their second expansion, at least the third edition did. Anywho. I could talk about Twilight Imperium all day. Second stretch goal met. The Golden Planet is unlocked. One of the great things about running a crowdfunding campaign is that you will go to bed super late, of course. I don't think anyone at Gray Fox Game was in bed before midnight. And you get to wake up the next morning and see how you did overnight. I knew and that's one of the awesome things about being a content creator too. Let me tell you, it gets so exciting when you think a video is going to do really well and you post it and you wake up in the morning. Mine typically don't do very well, but it's always exciting to me. The Gold Planet will be an addition you can add to the game. You will count as any colored planet for the purpose of satisfying your alien planets. Okay, cool. And they're telling me about what it does a little bit more. Nifty. First stretch goal met. Unique sculpts. That's a great shot right there. And they use it for the... Okay. It looks pretty functional here. All right. So, final grade for this one. Do I want it? Yes. But I'm a 4X fan. I'm pre-inclined to like this. Anytime your player count goes over 5 players, I immediately am much more likely to like your game. Because I always like knowing that there is a game that I have in my collection for every single situation. And I imagine a lot of gamers are like this because I've talked to some people about this. And I think that's part of the reason why our hobby has turned into a lot of people collecting games. It's just they want to know that they have the option to scratch the itch if that itch ever does arise. And this one does that. Can you do it? Yes. I feel comfortable with Gray Fox Games. They put out a lot of games. Said 20 Kickstarter or crowdfunding projects. I feel comfortable. And then how much is it? Price, $169 plus the shipping, which was clear. $189 is getting me an 8-player 4X experience with probably going to be like 20 different races. So it's pretty much 3 expansions right there. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Or a big game and the 2 expansions. And that's one thing, too. I feel like they should mention, presumably this is going to weigh around 10 pounds, because that really tells me a lot as well. B+, I want it. Price is fine. Not sure it will hold that value, so I'm going to wait to back to see what is added. And I think that's right. I think that's honestly where I'm there as well. I could see this being one of those ones where 20, because once again, this is a 23-day campaign, and they're presumably unlocking one or two things every day to try and drive excitement and buzz around the project, even though, this isn't Kickstarter, so it's not. I would be very interested to know where this one ranked on Kickstarter, because I feel like those daily unlocks, this one would be towards the top for a good chunk of its thing, but I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm with Jeremy on that one. I think B+, Last Light, looks good. I'm down. I'm interested, and I can see that easily raising to an A- by the end of the campaign. You know what? I'm going to go A-. I'm going to go A- just strictly in the perspective of how much I love this, and I think I quite honestly think this is the best way I have ever seen a company handle having to show their standard edition, which, less than 10% of the people want. I think this, going forward, I want to see more companies do this. This is great. Let me know what you think about that. I'm going to go A-. I think the price is a little high, but good for the components. I would agree with that as well. But, and that's part of the thing. They're going to unlock so much more stuff, apparently, by the end of this. So, I'm going to go with an A- for Last Light. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for this one. And also, stay tuned tomorrow if you want to see the Kickstarter one that the original thumbnail was on. I apologize if you're expecting something different, but Kickstarter decided they didn't want to work today. But as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.